What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel for another video. Now, it's a bit of a shorter one today and a bit of a depressing topic, but it's something that needs to be spoken about. It's what happens next with the football, basically, because elsewhere in Europe, you know, it's all kicking off, and it doesn't really seem like the people who upstairs who run the Premier League, it doesn't really seem like they know what they're doing or they've got a plan in place, and it's kind of worrying to think that potentially we could have football back when, you know, the coronavirus situation is still very, very dangerous. So we can have a little chat about everything that's happened so far, what could happen, what I think really should happen next. But before we get into it, do make sure you are subscribed if you're new to the channel. I'm trying to get this up and running. So if you like football content, essentially, that's pretty much what this is. If you like football content, hit the subscribe button. It will be a lot more cheery once we're at lockdown, but at the moment, yeah, it's a bit depressing, but anyway, let's get into it. Now today it was announced, and this may be tomorrow, it depends when I get this video up, but today the French government announced that Ligue 1 and Ligue 2 have been suspended. And it's not just the football in France, it's all sporting events, they've all been suspended until September. Now, at the moment, relegation, the title, promotion, etc., none of that has been decided yet in terms of what they're going to do. There's going to be a meeting next month and they're going to decide essentially whether they're just going to scrap it and start it all over again, or they'll actually give the title to PSG, or the certain teams that were in the bottom three will get relegated, etc. Now, I don't follow French football. It's essentially like having Neymar walking down the street, going to the park and having a kickabout with a local pedestrian. There's absolutely no competition in that league, but if you're interested, this is how the league table stood before it all got cancelled. So as you can see there, PSG have pretty much won the title, 12 points clear. Amiens were doing pretty badly and Toulouse were pretty much gone. But in terms of the other relegation place, there were 7 points separating 3-4 teams, so still a lot to play for in that aspect. In my opinion, it would be unfair to relegate these teams. They rely on the money of being in the top flight, and I know it looked like Toulouse were going to get relegated anyway, but yeah, I just feel it's sort of immoral a little bit. It'll be really interesting to see what happens there. But it's not just France who have suspended their football, it's also been in Holland in the Eredivisie, and they were actually the ones to do it first, but they've actually announced that there'll be no title, no relegation, no promotion, which is kind of mad to think. You know, Ajax pretty much deserve the title and there's not going to be a single side going down. There were also teams in their second division who were pretty much certain to go up. They've now been stripped of all the money they were going to get for coming up, and it's just a mess, really. I mean, was it the best thing to do? I think in terms of the safety of people, yeah, I guess, but it just feels immoral, it just feels wrong, it just feels so weird. Whilst that's going on in one part of Europe, in another part of Europe, in Germany, we could have their top flight football back literally next weekend, May the 9th, if the German government approve of it, then we're literally going to have the Bundesliga back and there will be football on our tellies, hopefully, if it's broadcasted. Which is also mental, because on one side you got leagues, top European leagues, where these clubs will play each other in European competition. They're suspending, and then we're having the football continue, and that sort of puts me on to my next point about England. What should we be doing in the Premier League, in the Championship, the entire EFL? The National League has been suspended already, which is basically the top tier of non-league, and so Barrow, I think it was them who were top, they've basically been shafted of promotion. They may still get it, it hasn't been decided, but essentially their season has been cancelled, there won't be any more games, which is a real shame for Barrow fans and Barrow as a football club, because, you know, they would have worked so hard over the season to go up. But this is where my opinion comes into it, and also your opinions as well. So why we should keep the Premier League running and Championship, all the other football leagues, or why it should all be scrapped. Now, in terms of why it should remain, simply put, we're a sporting nation. We need sport on our TV. It boosts morale. It just makes everyone happy. And you know, there are people who aren't into sport, but I'm not being funny, but I'm slowly getting a bit bored of watching Simpsons on Disney Plus. I'd quite like to watch something that's actually live. Now, not only that, the Premier League, biggest league in the world for football, it helps the economy massively, and it helps these clubs. I think there are a good number of Premier League clubs that could even go bust if the season's cancelled, just because they've relied so much on the TV money that they're now not getting with transfers, etc., that they just can't pay their bills and they'll go into administration. We all want football back as soon as possible. They've taken the Euros from us this summer, so at the very least it'd be nice to have some club football back. On the other hand, why it should be scrapped, if it's brought back, it just simply put won't be the same. It'll be behind closed doors, fixtures will be congested, so it'll be unfair on the players, and technically, if it is behind closed doors in a stadium, that's still at least 50 people in one place. You've got 22 players on the pitch, a handful of subs on each side, coaches on each side, the manager, TV crew, commentators, journalists, ground staff. I mean, the list goes on. That is a good amount of people in one spot. I just can't see it being safe at the moment. Not only that, we don't even know if the players are fit. You know, from what we've seen, some of them, you know, they'll be off the rails. In this situation, most importantly, it's about health and safety, and I'm just not convinced that health and safety will be at the priority of the Premier League if we are to be playing, even if it's behind closed doors. If the Premier League is continued, it doesn't seem like health and safety is the priority, which it really should be, obviously. You know, it puts people at risk, especially our players as well. So for me, I'd much rather see this current season voided now, cancelled, and then we get our club football back for the new season come the end of August, September, whenever it's safe to do so. Now, it's unfair on Leeds, it's unfair on West Brom, who are pretty much certain to go up. They may still go up. That's something I'd quite like to see, a 22-team Premier League. That'd be quite cool next season anyway. It'll also have to be decided whether Liverpool will be given a title, whether Norwich will go down, because they look pretty much set to go down. However, with the other two relegation spots, it's quite close. So yeah, for me, I'd much rather see the current season voided, cancelled, however you want to call it, and then we return for a brand new season come end of August, September, whenever it's safe to do so. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you have enjoyed it, leave it a like, subscribe if you're new, of course with your notifications turned on if you want to see more of this sort of content. Also let me know in the comment section below what you think should happen with the Premier League, Football League, etc. There may be a vote up there as well, depends if I've done well in post editing. And follow me on my socials as well, and hopefully we can get another video out pretty soon. So until then, stay safe, stay at home, and I'll see you soon.